What's going on, all you beautiful people? You're beautiful. Do you see it in yourself? I hope you do. I hope you do. Love that self. That is you. I am Dank, the pirate poet. P.H.A.R.T is spelled P.H.A.R.T is an acronym for pretty hot and reasonably talented. I am bringing y'all a bunch of dope things about me, my journey, my life, my philosophy, my experiences, where I come from as an artist, and all kinds of good, fun things like that. Also, have you made peace on earth today? 'Cause you can. Join in the poem, The Peace on Earth Movement, and complete the Peaceful Mother Lover Challenge. Make peace on Earth by making a peace sign on the earth. Contribute $1 to me, and 33% of it goes to organizations that are doing positive work in the world through permaculture, regenerative culture, and psychedelics and plant medicines. More information in the description. Be sure to check it out and make peace on Earth. Let's vibrate ourselves and make this whole system's life really impactful and create prosperity for all peoples, just like an abundant ecosystem out in nature. It's all these different levels, and they all support all of it by keeping the energy contained within it, and nothing goes to waste. It breaks down, gets put back into the system. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I'm here to talk to you about today. What I am here to talk about is something that I have called Heartenomics. And what that is, it's not like, ooh, love is the foundation of economy, even though I think it should be. But that's a little bit abstract, and this is a much more of a literal symbology, metaphor. And so it's relating to how corporations can be thought of more as organs that are really efficient at taking in products and distributing, and then the energy is supposed to be distributed back out into the world and supporting all of the little cells that are inside that organ, because like your heart has like all these little cells within it, and that could be like the workers. But then there's like the other aspects of it, it's like the brain kind of sends all these signals and everything, but the brain is not more important than the heart. They're both equally important. And then there's also the organs, the lungs, and all of these different things, and they all have to work together and send the energy out and support the body. If all of a sudden the heart or like the lungs decided to be like, you know what, I actually need more oxygen, or I need all the blood, the system starts with, the body would die. It would like stop if the blood stops going out to the arm, it starts to atrophy and then becomes dead and extremely painful. And to put the blood and the energy back into it is extremely painful, and it never really fully revives. All of those cells that were in there are, are no longer living, and so they can't be really just brought back to the same state that it was. Even if you had like chopped it off and had like a robot arm, and then we're like, well, look, it's all like so new, and like boop boop boop. It's kind of like gentrifying your body. Not really. I'm not into it. I'd rather have my real fleshy organic arms. And so how can we within businesses, they money, currency, what it flows through, it oxygenates the system, as like the heart circulates the blood and provides oxygen to the whole system, so that the system has the basic resources that it needs to be able to build and construct and work the body and make the body take care of itself. Just as within money, if there is communities where the money is no longer flowing into it and all of the money is just being extracted and taken out, that community starts to collapse in upon itself, because it doesn't have the resources that it needs to really be fully empowered in and on its own. And if we worked from the understanding of that dynamic relationship and made sure that there was enough economic energy to support these local communities in a way that they were thriving, and then once you get to that point, then you start thinking about what can be taken off and supported at the higher level of the corporation. That is that structure for it. And then corporations maybe are not the end all, the best way to go about it, but this is just speaking within this particular metaphor in corporations as organs that are really efficient in taking in energy, but they're very inefficient about in the way that they redistribute those resources that they're taking in, which is the financial. It's pooling all the blood with money and putting it back over there, and not giving enough to support this part of the body, and then that system starts to atrophy and that community falls apart. And then they come in and they're like, oh well, we'll just buy everything all up because it's all super cheap now, and everything is all purchased up, and then that just is a lordship, and it's just the same medieval reality that we've been going through for so long. It's right there in the language, landlords. And so we're in this dynamic of how do we create a future that supports all of us and has our businesses are actually supporting the environment and which has become supporting themselves, because if there's no environment and then there's no products to sell, there's no people to sell to if everybody is dead. So how do we create a symbiotic relationship between all the parties so that we can all be achieving our highest good? And we don't want to have to be, do we really want to end up, we are pretty much going to the company store for the most part and paying with our little chips, when I'm referencing the coal mines, and how the companies would come in and they build up all this kind of infrastructure, and then they move all the people in, and you're working there and you're paying all your rent to the corporation and the company, and you get like little coins that probably not even coins, they're probably like wooden things or whatever that symbolically represents your unit of getting your goods to be, because you're working and all of that. And it's just not a healthy system, and it's based on extraction without any putting much energy back in, putting just enough energy to keep that very basic unit structure cell alive, but it's really not thriving. And the only way that we can move forward is having a whole thriving planet and create systems that can be scaled large, but focus on local autonomy and keeping that local energy supported and abundant, so that it then that system has the ability to thrive, and then through that thriving will create more abundance that will then be able to be related to the structures at the higher structures that are supporting it. And then if it's a successful system and it's supporting all of these all of these smaller elements, and they're all successful and thriving, you're not going to have to be worried about as much of the fear of people being starving or whatever that leads to rebellion and all of that chaos and madness. And it starts to just work itself out because it's a healthy system. The body is filled with lots of oxygen and getting its needs met, and from there it can make healthy decisions, because from a healthy, grounded place is the only place that you can really make healthy, grounded decisions. And that is my ideas and concepts on what I call Heartenomics, and how we need to create systems that really understand the circulation of energy in a healthy, organic fashion. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I'll keep on bringing more stuff, more content. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to check out the Peaceful Mother Lover Challenge. Make peace on earth. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in us. We are gonna make it somewhere. Oh! Anyways, thank you all so much. Poem, Peace on Earth Movement. I'm up on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. Gonna be getting myself figured out how to put it out there all more and more and more. I'm doing all this on my own. I do have some people that are guiding me in how I do it, but all of the actual like work and stuff, it's all me working on making it move forward. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/dankfart, DANK PHART. All my social media is under Dank Fart. Thank you all so much for taking your precious time and being here with me.